I decided to try a new medium. I've heard a lot about Ohuhu markers and thought I would give them a try. So I got the 48 count. I really like the bag that they come in. Makes it easy to keep them all in one place. So you can see there's a lot of colors. It's really fun. And ooh, so we've got some swatches here that I can test them out on paper. Test them out on this paper. It's a pretty sturdy paper. I'm guessing some kind of a marker paper. I don't actually have marker paper, but I'm going to try them out on some Bristol paper that I have. And I think this is, okay, so this you actually put in between sheets. So if I'm coloring in a sketchbook and I need to protect the other papers, I just put this in between, you know, like so. That way it doesn't bleed through. That's really nice to have. Yeah, we've got lots of colors here. I'm going to kind of organize them, I think, a little bit more. I even have a colorless blender. I'm really new to using alcohol markers, so we'll see how this goes. That's good enough. So it's a little bit more in order, and we'll start with swatching them. Okay, so they have both a brush and nib and a fine nib, which is good. I do like the brush nibs. I feel like these are great even for sketching. You know, if I'm just going out and about, just to give some quick color, I do like having these, and they give really good expressive lines. See, it's good to have this because the color does not actually match very well the color on the outside. This is why we swatch them. So that way I can just pull these out and look at them right away and know what colors they are. See, deep red. This is deep red. It looks pink to me. Now that looks red. Geranium. Yes. That's a very deep red. Black. Whew, that is black. We have a nice range here. Do you like them? And now that I have these colors here, I'm gonna keep them here, and I'm gonna try on this. Let me just cut it down. I want to try some different things. So I have some nuts set up here that I kind of want to draw, and that would take care of some of these neutral browns. But I want to do something with these other colors as well. So, let me start off with the nuts here. I'm just gonna do a quick, very quick study here. I get these walnuts in my yard every year from a neighbor's tree. and I like to use them for decoration, but also we eat them, and I thought it would be fun to draw some. So I always have them here. So I'm actually gonna start my walnut off with warm gray, which is our WG01. So it'll just give us a first layer. I'm going to think of these similarly to watercolors, starting light and getting darker as we go. This is a warm gray, so I don't mind a little streakiness, but I think that's more because what I'm doing is I like having those brush strokes, whereas if I were doing something, a solid piece, I would maybe want less of that. And now I'm looking for my potato brown, I think. Actually, you know, my YR1 would be a good color. Even shadows range from light to dark. I mean, you're gonna have darker shadows close to the object and they'll get lighter as they go out. So I'm gonna, again, start with a light color. I'm not gonna go full detail and dark with this yet. I just said, the fact that I use watercolors, I'm kind of treating these like I would watercolors, where I go light to dark. Not entirely sure how to use the colorless blender yet. If you guys have any advice on that, let me know in the comments below. I would appreciate any help and guidance. Start with some lighter yellows because it is more yellow here. I like the Y3 here and the GY6. Said, I'm not trying to be super smooth with this because I want a very painterly feel. If I was doing, you know, maybe more of a illustration, I would want to be more smooth, but for this, I like having a painterly feel. I feel like this color, Y3, which is Barlium Yellow, is the perfect color for these almonds. Do you guys like having these kind of nuts for Christmas time? I always had them in my stocking growing up and have them for my kids as well. And then we will put them into a bowl with our nutcracker and enjoy them. Let me see if I can quickly blend that. There we go. Good. You have to be very quick with this colorless blender if you're going to use it. Now for our Brazil nut. There's my YR1. For my highlight, I'm going to go with, sorry about these jets, hopefully they're not too loud. I'm gonna go with the YR1 dark yellow. There's a little bit of lighter grayer highlights on the very top here, so I'm gonna add that first there, and then go in this. May seem like the wrong color because of how dark it is, but I'm getting those like more yellow highlights, and then I will go over it. Let's go with potato brown. This one has a lot of texture in it, which is fun. I've been thinking about what I can actually draw that would have more colors so I can utilize more of these colors. I am having a lot of fun with this. It's kind of fun to just quickly play with some of these textures and colors. The darkest one I have is BR1. So we have BR1 here. See, I would never know that. Like, they don't necessarily match. This is potato brown, but it looks more like this. But it's actually raw umber here. So here's where I'm going to get a little bit more detailed. I could add some line work to this if I wanted. We'll see how it looks in the end. So I do kind of want it loose. I'm trying to follow the planes of the actual nuts. So like, you know, the way they shift and round about, trying to make those lines go in that same direction. So you see that form and movement. A little bit more detail. Creating those lines, the little bumps. There's a lot of jagged edges on the Brazil nut. It's going to be dark right at this very bottom where it's touching the table. This one's got a bunch of little holes in it. This one has a few, so I might just... This one's got more lines and a few dots. These walnuts fall into our yard, so I get a bunch, and we like to eat them, but the crows also like to eat them and drop them on my roof of my house, and it sounds like we're being, you know, bombed every day because they're just dropping them straight onto my house. That's always fun. And hear them banging them all over and rolling down this roof. Always know when it's fall, because we always have those crows out there eating nuts. There's a lot on here, but I don't want to overdo it. I'll try going over top with this one again. Sometimes layering can just deepen it, because I'm like, I don't want to make it too dark or the wrong color. So I'm just gonna layer over top of it with the same color that I had before. Which color look? Let's see, it's the potato brown. That's the walnut color. It's darkening it up, but it's kind of a gray color. So maybe I like that a little better, but I think I still need to add more gray because it has gray tint to it in some areas. I don't want black. Just want the colors to appear more gray. I like that better. Okay, now let's get into our shadows, and then we can go back in with even more detail. It's really dark here, right by the nut, and then let's see if I can get this one to blend it out. Maybe I need to leave it open. It's a little better. I want it to subtly go out. I'm going to continue with this here a little bit, just because I'm going to darken it even more. See, that lightened it up, blended it. There, see? Now it's getting darker. Good, good, good. This one here, it's pretty dark. Here. Yes. There we go. I like that. And then we'll darken up just under here a bit more. And there is a little bit of shadow on this side. I'm getting shadows on both sides of these nuts just because I have multiple lights on. That's okay. Put the wrong light on that. Okay, better. I feel better about that. Now, last one. get these open and kind of ready. Get a little less detailed as I go back. I like it. I think I will go with some black on this one just because it is so dark. I guess this isn't black. It's a cool gray. I wasn't so sure about it at first, but I really do like how it feels. A little bit more of that shadow in right here. And it doesn't have to be exact. I don't have to follow every little nook and cranny and dot on there. I just want to get a feeling of, you know, because nobody's going to see those exact nuts and compare them. As long as it looks like, you know, what I want it to look like. That is bothering me on this one. This edge. Why? I do like how those look. Now what else? That was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of neutrals. I think I want to try something with a little bit more colors. I really loved trying out these markers and seeing how the final piece turned out and seeing what I could come up with and how detailed and vibrant the colors were. I was really impressed with the fact that it didn't bleed too much through on my Bristol paper. It is a thicker paper, so I didn't have to worry about covering my table as much. If you're going to be using these in a sketchbook, make sure you consider the fact that they will bleed through some papers. You can use that plastic protector sheet that came with it, or plan on using some thicker paper or a marker paper. Now I really did want to create something with a little bit more color and vibrancy, so I created my own creature, which was a lot of fun. Not something I typically do, but I enjoyed it very much, and using these markers was incredible. Now, it was too long to put into this video, so keep an eye out for part 2 of trying out my Ohuhu markers. Don't forget to subscribe and to click that bell so you can be notified when I upload that next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed learning more about Ohuhu alcohol markers with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!